Now for the fun part, we're gonna cut our crease. And I got a simple hack to this. Hey y'all, it's your internet homegirl Imani. If you are new here, if you are not, what's up girl? Today we are doing a pink cut crease eyeshadow tutorial glam. And I ain't even gonna hold y'all. She's super tea. So let's go ahead and get straight into it. All right, so I already went ahead and set the base for my eyes. All I did was use the Sephora collection. I'm sorry, y'all, they're cutting the grass outside my house, so it might be a little loud, but I'm gonna try to talk over them. But to set my base, I use the Sephora Best Skin Ever Concealer. This is in the shade 22.5N. I wanted to use a lighter concealer because we want these colors to pop. I'm gonna go into the Morphe Abby Roberts palette first, and I'm gonna put the palette somewhere up here on the screen so that way you guys can see the exact colors that I use. So first I'm going to be using the Morphe M331 brush. This is the eye blender brush, and I'm going to go into Interrupted. This is a very baby pink, and I'm going to use this as my transition shade, and I'm just going to start by tapping her on until I get the intensity that I'm wanting. Also, while I have you here, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I feel like I'll be asking really late in the video, and that's why y'all don't be subscribing, because I don't outright be asking y'all what they say, closed mouths don't get fed. So I am asking you like right now, like, hey, if you're seeing this, like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, I opted into making her a little bit darker with pink champagne because I felt like she was very light, and y'all really wasn't getting that pink shade, and I really want all these shades to stand out. So I'm gonna tap pink champagne on top of her just to make her pop out some more, and then I'm gonna clean off my brush in a second, and we're going to blend her out. That way we don't have any harsh lines. Okay, so I typically would go in with a darker pink, but I want to try something different. I actually saw Raggedy Royal do this. She used the brown to make it a little bit deeper, and I've been trying to figure out how to do it. I've always gone in with the purples, the blacks, and stuff like that, but I never thought to go in with a brown, so I'm gonna try that right now. I'm gonna go into Precious Metal, and I'm gonna try Invest in Me to see if I get that color that I'm wanting. Maybe I have to go a little bit darker. All right, so instead I opted in for Your Solid because she just wasn't giving me the depth that I wanted. I feel like I'm proof that you don't have to use so many brushes when you're doing your eyeshadow. You really don't. I'm probably gonna use 2 at the most. The key here too to get a nice soft finish to your eyeshadow is not to like jab the eyeshadow brush onto your eye. You need to keep a light, steady hand in circular motions when you're doing it. You don't have to like dig and sweep the color on. Now we're gonna go into a darker brown. This one is called Lucky One. I'm gonna really focus her into my crease, like literally only doing rainbow sweeping motions and building up that intensity until I get what I want. And because my crease is like this, you're gonna have to cut above it. And we will be going into a black too, so don't be scared, don't be scared. Now for this black shade, we're only gonna pick up a little bit, I mean the tiniest bit of black, and we're going to focus it in our crease again just to deepen Lucky One. And with the lightest hand possible, we're only sweeping it into that crease and light circular motions on the outer corner just to build up that intensity and take it slightly above the crease. And you don't have to move your hand. Your circular motions is going to bring it above the crease by itself. So don't actually move your brush up. You don't need to do that. Now for the fun part, we're gonna cut our crease. And I got a simple hack to this. We're gonna take our concealer that we use to set our base, or you can use a white concealer. I'm going to put it on my lid. And this is the easiest way to figure out where your crease is. Easiest trick, look up. That's where your crease is, and that's where you want to cut it. So I'm gonna take my flathead brush now. It's very tiny too, like. And so what I'm also gonna do is because I have a mirror in front of me, but I'm gonna use my compact mirror just so I can look down and make sure that I'm covering every spot that I need to. I will say doing it with a brush like this, or even like a rounded tipped brush, makes it so much easier. And we're going to literally just go up the sides until we meet up where that line is that represents where our crease should be, or where we should be cutting. Take your time on this part too, because it's really easy to mess it up. I ain't gonna lie to y'all either. Me talking is like brand new to me, because before, a few years ago, I'd be super silent on this part. So I'm gonna go ahead and start smoothing out the base on this side. That way it can dry down evenly. And as you can see, I'm not doing my entire eye. I'm leaving some out because I do plan on using those same shades that we used to create the base on the lid. Now I'm gonna go back into the Morphe Abby Roberts palette, and I'm gonna go back into Interrupted with this same tiny little brush that I have. And I'm just gonna start packing her on. I'm using this really tiny brush simply because my big brush tends to just make a mess. And then she don't get as pigmented as I want her to be. Okie dokie, so now that we have our pink on here, I actually am going to go into a Morphe brush. This is the M303 eye packer brush. This is the bigger one that I was talking about that tends to just make it look a little whitewashed, but I'm going to go back in to interrupt it. And my whole goal here too is just to make everything even and smooth, because using that little brush does make little blotchy spots and I don't want that. But I am happy with using the smaller brush because it did give me the pigment that I wanted. So now that we have that color on here, we're going to go back into the M331 brush and we're going to go back into the transition shades that we use to start doing a gradient effect. Mind you, this was in the Precious Metals palette by ColourPop. So I ended up going into your solid, so I'm going to take that color and just start dusting her over that pink. I'm even going to take her up a little bit too. So don't worry about that line right there. So this is the whole part of doing the this is the whole point of doing the gradient look, because eventually that darker shade and that black that we use is going to cover that up, so our cut crease is going to look refined and finished. But we are going to take our transition shade about into the middle of our eye. We don't want to completely cover up the pink, and I will say the method to do it is kind of make it look like it's going down at an angle like that, so that way you're not covering up too much of that pink, because you still want that pink to show. And you're going to see me swirl my brush here, and this is just to make sure that the edges are nice and soft and bleeding into that pink. All right, cool. So we got that shade on there now. Now we're going to go into Lucky One, same brush, but this time we're going to lay her right on the outer parts of your solid, and we're not going to overly bring her into, because we want your solid to still stick out. So essentially we're laying her on top without covering her. Now we're going to take Let's Do It, which is that black shade in there, and we're going to start marrying her into Lucky One. And remember, that's why I said keep a light hand with that black too, but we are going to start using it to cover up that harsh line, so that way you can't see where our cut crease ends. But make sure that you don't completely cover up Lucky One, otherwise you're going to miss the whole gradient. So it's just a little bit of black. Like, I'm tapping the brush into the palette, but not heavy-handedly. And now we're going to blend out the edges so that way they're not harsh. Sorry if I sound like one of them boring lecture teachers just then. I'm really focused, y'all. But you see how it's softening out the edge? That's what you want. You don't want it to look harsh like that. Just in case I'm gonna clean this brush again. Can y'all hear me? Because I am right next to my microphone, so y'all probably just hearing me clean my brush. All right, cool beans. So now I am going to take a shimmer shade. This is the J. LaRue Cosmetics. I know I'm going back for some of y'all. Some of y'all like, who's J. LaRue? Y'all had to have, dang, I feel like I'm butchering this. Y'all have had to had been there. I think that's the word, whatever. But that white gold pigment had the girlies in a chokehold. So I'm going to take my flathead brush now. So lightly tap her on there and be careful, because she will bleed. And when I say bleed, she goes everywhere. If I would have took this brush and just dipped her all the way in there, y'all wouldn't have even seen this pink anymore. It would have just been like some like white gold color. That's why I keep shaking the brush afterwards, because I want my pink to still be present. So ooh, I just got this daggone this shimmer shade everywhere. That's okay though. I'm gonna use Feel the Chemistry in the Precious Metals palette to just put on my inner corner. I just want to pop her in there because I feel like that'd be cute. I want to brighten it up just a bit. I'm gonna take my brown gel liner just because I don't want to use black, and I am going to put some eyeliner on my eyes. Okay, so for mascara, I'm going to use a Sephora Size Up Volume Extra Large Mascara, and I'm going to start prepping my lids before putting my lashes on. This is the Kiss Lash Couture Super Strength Lash Glue. I rave about this glue, and I've been raving about it for years. I've never had an issue with my lashes flying off, even if they get wet. My advice, if you're going to use this, is apply it to your lash lines. So that way your lashes sit exactly where you want them to. But before you go to apply those lashes, please let this glue get clear. Super cute. I ain't gonna lie, I remember when I used to wear like Them big, thick old monarch butterfly lashes. I'm talking about big, to the point where you could barely even see the makeup look. Like, wow. Super cute. Y'all see that? You see that? Nice on the eyes, period. And I did see, I'm gonna grab my Sephora collection. This is their 12-hour colorful retractable eyeliner. This one is in the shade Matte Lilac. Well, the finish is matte, but I did want to add a purple. I could have added a brown, but that's kind of boring. There's like a pink shimmery eyeliner one in here, but it was just gonna show up as white on me, and I didn't want that. And I'm going real heavy-handed with this purple because I want y'all to see this purple. Now let's zoom through this base routine. I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. Matte Power Grip Primer. As you know, I've been saying I'm about to run out, but I'm gonna get every last bit out of this bottle. So we're rubbing her on first, getting it all over that face. Then we're going to press her in. Now we're gonna go in with our concealer. This is Sephora Collection Best Skin Ever Concealer. I'm gonna use the shade 34.5 in as my warmer shade. And I am gonna take her up at an angle just to clean up some of that eyeshadow. I'm gonna take a little bit on the forehead, bring her down right here. I'm not gonna put none on my top lip because my top lip sweats too much and that's just gonna defeat the purpose of it. Now to go in with 22.5 in. This is the brighter one, and it just helps me get that bright under eye that I like. And before we go to blend out, we are going to spray her with the L'Oreal Infallible 3-Second Setting Mist. Close your eyes. Okay, because it burns. And I like to let it sit for about a good like 20 to 30 seconds before I blend her out because I want her to be nice and tacky and full coverage. But I am going to go in with the Moda Medium Blur Brush. I used to use the Real Technique. I feel like I have to talk really loud right now, all because they're outside cutting the grass. But I used to use the Real Technique setting brush to clean out my to blend out my concealer. But I don't know if just maybe because I need a new one, but she started leaving like streaks on my concealer and I didn't like that. But this one, she's a little bit more dense than that brush, and I just like how soft she is and how she gives me like a HD finish. I mean, I get it though, because I mean, medium blur, and she's an HD brush, and that's what we want. I'm talking about my makeup looks pretty in the real life. All right, now let's blend out this lighter shade. So now I'm gonna go into the Made by Mitchell Curve Case. This one is in the shade, medium if I'm not mistaken. Or is it tan? I don't know, I'm gonna tag it in the description. But I'm gonna use this shade right here because it's dark enough for my complexion right now. Your girl's been out in the sun, and we need to make sure that we nice and toasted looking. I normally just do one tap. Get my hair out the way. And I'm gonna put some right here and do a little bit more right here. And I'm gonna keep it focused right about here. And I'm blending upwards because I don't want to drag my bronzer down and then it looks like I have a 5 o'clock shadow. We're not. Now for my blush, keeping it in here, I'm going in with that baby pink because I love baby pink blush. Hello. And I'm laying her right at that same angle and placement that I put my concealer. And let's flick upwards so we're not dragging our blush down either and making it muddied into our bronzer. I am gonna bring her slightly into my concealer. You don't have to worry about being too heavy-handed or applying too much blush right now because we are gonna go in with a powder blush, and that powder blush is gonna do a lot of the heavy lifting. So the whole point here is just to get a guide for where you want your blush to sit. Now for foundation, I'm gonna go into my personal beauty brand. This is Timeless Beauty. This is the shade Warm Mahogany. I'm gonna use literally a pump and whatever else is left on after that. Large Blur HD brush by Moda, and put her directly under that bronzer. And then as we're laying her on there too, you can go ahead and start taking her up and blending her into that concealer too, and toning down blush if you did use too much. Right now we're marrying everything together. Got that spray. Press her in before we go in to our powders. For my powders, I'm gonna go into the e.l.f. HD Translucent Setting Powder. She's very sheer, so if you're worried about it looking white, it won't, unless you use too much. I'm gonna go back in with the medium blur brush. Let's pick some up, tap some off, look up, and start setting under my eye first. To me, she removes all of that glow too. So like if you feel like your makeup looks a little oily or wet still, she definitely blurs it and like mattifies just a little bit. Like, I don't know if you guys can tell now. Like, just watch. So you see it's like kind of sheer here, and you can see like a natural highlight. Gone. And I like to do this where there is natural highlight because my oils will come out when they want to. I don't need them to come out beforehand and then make this look overly oily. I am going to overly set my nose though because she does get very, very oily. But we're putting her everywhere. We put concealer. And I am going to still put some on my top lip because like I said, my top lip is sweating, and girl, please. Okie dokie now. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my powder puff and I'm going to go into the Juvia's Place Blush Duo. I'm going to go in with this lighter shade first and use the sides as kind of like a cheat code because like I said, I wanted my blush to look lifted, and we are going to do that Painted by Esther finish and bring it under the eye because I really do want it to look like it's being married into my eyeshadow just a tad. Like I said, this powder blush is going to do a lot of the heavy lifting. And then I'm going to take this bigger brush, get that deeper shade up there, and put her on the balls and on the high points of my cheekbone. And if she looks like she's a bit much, we're going to go back in with our foundation brush anyway and make sure that she matches the tone and vibe of this whole entire look. For bronzer, same brand. This is just tan. I'm going to go into the darker shade, flick upwards, and keep it right there in that groove. I am going to go a little bit more heavy-handed with my bronzer though because I do want her to stand out against that blush. I don't want it to get lost. So on my nose, the sides. This is the e.l.f. Halo powder filter in a shade Bronze. I'm going to use that same foundation brush, and I'm only going to use a little bit because she does make my foundation a little bit lighter, and put her right underneath that bronzer so we can get that nice, yeah, that right there. We want it to look like we got them high lifted cheekbones. Then I'm going to bring her up under my eyes just a little bit, not too much to go over the blush, but just enough. And then we're going to take setting spray again. That L'Oreal setting spray ain't no joke. She got my hair stuck to my neck sometimes. Now onto the lips. I'm gonna regret doing this, but I just love this lip combo. So I'm gonna go in with Nude Brown. This stuff burns so good. I just really like this lip combo because it gives me like my lip shade without it feeling like a big old like, oh yeah, she got on lip liner and this ink lipstick. Like it gives my natural lip color. Now I'm gonna go in with Nude Beige to blend her out some more so she can actually look like my lip color. Now I'm gonna go in with the Maybelline Teddy Tint. This one is in the shade Soft Era. And for gloss, this is just a regular clear gloss. This one is by Ruby Kisses. It's their lip oil booster, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm only gonna put it around the edges. Please give me a thumbs up if you love this look. Comment a green heart or a pink heart if you thought this look was so tea. And make sure you subscribe and become a homegirl because you don't want to miss the next upload. But thank you so much for tuning in, my girl. And I will see you next Tuesday at 12. Bye, girl.